Yo, people always ask me what kind of frames I'm rocking. I've been rocking Caddis for a couple years. They make amazing progressive readers, which I wear. Also, they make sunglass readers, anti-glare, anti-smudge coating, anti-scratch, and anti-aging. That's why I look mad young when I wear them. I'm just kidding. But they make amazing frames. Caddis, so stoked to have you guys part of the podcast. You can go to caddislife.com/Toby10 and get $10 off your first purchase. Stoked. Thank you, Caddis. Welcome to the fam. Yo, Liquid Death, thank you so much for hydrating all my guests, taking care of me and my family and my friends. Love your water, love your brand, love what you stand for, love what you give back to the community. If you want to learn more about Liquid Death and how it started, listen to episode 115 with the co-founder, owner, and creator of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario. Just a punk rock skateboarding kid from Delaware with a dream. It's an incredible story, incredible journey. They have now blessed me with my own code. So if you go liquiddeath.com/Toby, you get free shipping on any items you order from liquiddeath.com. Thank you so much, Liquid Death. Death to plastic, murder your thirst, stay hydrated. You know H2O saves lives. Welcome to the One Life a Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Derrick Green is back in the building.
What's up? Good to be back.
It's been a little while since I've seen Derrick. He had an accident. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but he got hit by a car. He survived, but he broke his ankle.
I broke my foot this time.
Broke your ankle before.
Yeah, ankle before. This is all happened last year.
During the pandemic.
Yes.
And not playing shows.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but I survived.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Surviving.
I missed having your soothing voice. And then back on the podcast, this is going to be part 2 because I'm obsessed with this human. We met skating a couple months ago. I hurt myself. We talked about in the first episode. Jason Ellis is back. Thank you, Jason Ellis, for being here. So when I listened to the first episode, there was so much that I had to take in. It was a very straightforward, honest, heartfelt, it was very heavy to digest. And so there was some things I skimmed over that I realized that we touched base briefly on. So I appreciate you coming back. Well, I already told you this in real life off the pod, but you have such a, what I got from the first time hanging with you is like you have a very Michael Rappaport vibe to where he's my punkest friend who doesn't like punk rock. And we talked about that often. Like, just because you speak your mind, you don't really give a fuck. You may care a little bit, maybe, but you seem like you're very honest. And, but yeah, you're not really a punk fan either, right? Punk rock music.
Not really. I like, I don't know. I think punk, sorry for being loud with my bottle. I think I like punk, the real guys, but I feel like to me, punk is like punk pop. And I hate that.
So what do you mean the real guys, like Ramones, Clash, shit like that, old shit?
Yeah, like just real proper angry people.
Right.
Where you could tell they were like, if they didn't do this, they're gonna fucking kill somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel your frustrations. I can get down with that.
So you didn't grow up on punk at all?
No, Misfits is probably as close as I've got.
Okay.
But I'm more into the harmony of Danzig than I am of the, like when he turned it into Danzig, I like that way more.
So you like more melodies and shit.
Yeah, but that was most of my life. I like metal and I don't like grumbly singers. I like singing. Yeah, I like the harmonies. But I'm way more into like soul music now. Like what I actually listen to. I love Metallica. Whenever it's on, I love it. But I listen to shit from the 60s all day. That's my shit.
What about hip hop shit?
Not so much anymore. I used to listen to like a lot of 90s stuff, and then I just realized that was like the most basic candy hip hop shit in the world, and that my interest in hip hop was fake, like misunderstood gimmick shit, like the corporate people that sold hip hop to the white people. Here I am, like, oh, I like fucking
so like with
Nas, just basic shit, never like deep cuts or anything. My wife knows way cooler shit than I do. Okay, I'm like, oh man, Jay-Z now when I hear it, I'm like, oh god, I can't believe I liked that. I feel bad that I was like, man, that was like a 10-year buckle. I thought that song was great. Fuck that
That's
song.
okay though. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You consider Jay-Z like kind of mainstream? I mean, he's mainstream. He's big,
mainstream.
but the older records are sick. Like
that's what I'm saying. The real old ones,
right?
Like the first. What was the? Even some of the first stuff when it was the catchiest songs suck.
Okay.
The deep ones where he's actually rapping is.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I feel like
not
now
the hits.
When I look back, I loved the hits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes those hits, you can't deny them.
Yeah.
There's certain things that just.
Yeah, but some
Some like certain things you don't even have to buy the album or anything like that. You hear and you're like, oh man, this is in my head.
I liked Wankster.
Great, 50 Cent.
I don't know if it's that great anymore.
Nah,
you
but
heard
that was
it?
a great song. Yeah, yeah. Now go back. You say, yeah, I'm a
kind of painful now.
Remember that shit, Wankster? No. That was a Ja Rule disc. That was one of the first singles of 50 Cent's album.
Maybe if I heard it.
Get Rich or Die Trying. That record's a great album.
Just had that stupid ass.
Yeah, it's a weird sample too, and a weird video.
It's Dre's shit, right?
Yeah. All right, so more stuff we glossed over on the first one. But yeah, Rappaport, you guys very similarities, and
it's weird because I thought he hated me.
I know, and so I FaceTimed him with Rap like a week ago. They could say what's up to each other. Rap's like, no, I fuck with that dude.
Superboy.
He didn't know, he didn't realize it.
So weird. I'm so paranoid.
Typical Superboy.
What's that?
Typical Superboy.
I know, Superboy. So, all right, so the fighting stuff too. So we glossed over that last time, but were you a fighter as a kid? Like, were you a street fighter? Did you get?
No, I got beat up a lot at school, but I never was a bully or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Got beat up in the cricket nets for a whole lunch break once. I got some chicks, and that was not a good look. Everyone else wanted to fight me for that because I used to do okay with the girls at school.
Yeah,
and I was always because I got my ass handed to me. I got beat up a little bit too when I was a kid from my dad. Not too bad, but not very good either.
Yeah.
So I was always very flinchy at confrontation. My father had such a temper that when anybody got angry, it just made me feel terrified.
Yeah,
I hated it.
Yeah.
I remember at a skateboard demo, there was a fucking fight in a bowl. Two dudes started fighting in the bowl, and everyone gathered around. And I had what I didn't realize at the time would have been a panic attack, and I did not want to be a part of that. So
yeah,
I think it's fighting to me is people took advantage of me, and I backed down a lot. Yeah. And then it just came to a point where I was like, you're not going to do that again. And I'm terrified. It's like when you said, you're like, I don't care what I say. I totally care. Probably more than everybody else. I just have to stand my ground and be me. Yeah. And if you're going to, and you're not going to push me around, I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I don't want to yell at you. But if you do, I'm going to fucking take your life because you're not going to end me. No way.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm still working on how dramatic that is. Like you can fuck with me and I'd be like, hey man, like win or lose, fuck off. And not take it so serious.
Yeah.
Because it used to, to originally defend myself, it was, I'm going, I think you're going to kill me. I think I can hit you a couple of times with no gloves and you're going to die. So I think you can do that to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let you, if you get in reach, I'm not letting you throw one.
Yeah.
I'm throwing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw until somebody stops me. But now, from practicing more fighting and composure,
yeah.
If it come down to that now, you just get tagged, and I'd be like, "You're all right, just wake up, Don't be such an idiot next time."
Did you start training in Australia? Training in the States?
No, I trained here. I trained here when I retired from MMA.
Okay.
Sorry, when I retired from skateboarding.
Okay.
I moved to Temecula. I didn't know what to fucking do with myself, so I went to Team Quest, and I didn't know.
You just walked in.
Yeah.
Damn.
But was there anything that sparked in your mind, like, you know what, I'm gonna go train?
I wanted to learn how to defend myself because there was a guy
was like a build-up. Okay.
Somebody a skateboarder just bashed the shit out of me for the longest time, telling everybody I was gay because he saw me hook up with a trans girl, and just ruined me. I went back to Australia, like I didn't want anything to do with anything anymore, and then I realized when I came back to America that you can't let people do that to you.
Right.
Like I felt the pain of giving that up and leaving and being like submitted. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to face these guys. And then facing it empowered me, and I'm on a quest to fix myself. And I was like, that is a big chunk. You need to defend. You need to fucking have like some faith in yourself. Like you will go if you have to. You will protect. So I think I wanted to go there to learn how to defend myself. And then I didn't realize it, but immediately I was bit by the bug. I was so into it.
Yeah.
Everything I learned every day, it was like skateboarding. Again.
Yeah. And how old were you then when you started that?
35.
Oh, wow. It's not late. Wow.
Yeah. My first pro fight, I was 37.
Holy shit.
So when they went down the table to get your license, they're like, how old is everyone? I was like 37, and the whole table looked down at me. Like, why are you here? That's a pretty good question, but
damn, so you started your first real fight like that. That was pretty quick, man.
Yeah,
well,
it's just fucking skateboarders, dude. It's like you start training, you spar some people, you see that they've got a fight coming up, and they do the camp, and then they fight, and you're like, oh, if you train and you don't fight, you don't fucking train.
Yeah,
like to me, if you're not in a fucking real fight, why are you here? Why are you here all the time?
Yeah.
So it was just like, for sure, too soon.
Were you super nervous? You super nervous in that first fight?
Oh yeah, ridiculously.
You feel like your life could be taken.
Yeah. And you're in the wrong. You shouldn't be here.
Right.
These guys are like, oh, Jason Ellis, the skateboarder, is going to have an MMA fight. And I'm like, you guys, I don't really know what I'm doing. Could I beat up another skateboarder? Sure. But now I'm in the cage with a guy who doesn't skate at all.
Damn.
And it was in front of skate. It was Ryan Sheckler. That's how it happened. Ryan Sheckler had a pro MMA card. Like, he was making his own MMA fights. He said, we got to get you on there. And I was like, yeah. And then it really happened. And I was like, wait, I'm really okay. And I had to make weight, 185 or whatever.
Wow.
And yeah, it was ridiculously nervous. I didn't do any of the shit that I was supposed to do.
How many rounds did you go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I beat him in the second, I think.
Oh, you beat him?
Yeah.
In the second
was
round.
that Gabe?
I'm undefeated in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I know he is. Was that the Gabe? Was it Gabe?
I've had 2 fights.
Was it Gabe? Was it Gabe?
What?
Was the guy's name Gabe?
No, that was the last fight.
Okay.
This guy was... Don't know his name.
What was the
you undefeated
background?
with knockouts, right? Or no?
No, submissions.
Submissions. Yeah.
I'm
you had a guillotine.
Guillotine on the first guy, and then a key lock on the second guy.
Key lock.
What was the experience of the first fighter? Like, what was his background? Or did you know?
He was definitely a more well-rounded mixed martial artist than me, that's for sure. But I had my boxing's okay. Like, I'm a bit stiff, but if we go punch for punch, I can take a shot and I hit real hard. Okay. So if you're not like hot shit, you're going to get knocked out by me easy.
Right.
So, but all the other facets, I didn't want to do. We trained to not go to the ground.
Right.
Not get, trained to get back up. Jason, if you fall over, get the fuck back up.
Right.
If he gets you on the ground, dude, everything you need, everything you have in you, right when your back hits, get back up. Because if you stay down there, you're fucked. And in the first round, he took me down and got me at my back.
Holy shit.
And it was like, don't get into this spot. That's what we trained. And then all of a sudden, I'm holding the dude's wrist, and he's got me over my back, and he punched me in the side of the head. And I remember looking over at my corner like, what do I do now? And I go, hold on to his wrist. And I'm holding on to the wrist and rolling. And got out of a fucking triangle, then into an armbar, got out of the armbar, and then got on top of him and just kneed him and stuff for a little bit. And then the next round, when I got in my corner, my coach goes, when he throws that fucking leg kick, you throw and do not stop. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And it's all I could think because I was so nervous. I wasn't bouncing. Damn. I was just standing there. Yeah. Like, I wasn't doing any of the shit that I do. I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be here. And as soon as he threw that leg kick, his coach knew he would do it. I threw a bunch of punches. I think I missed, but he fell because I came at him with all of them, and he fell up against the cage. And then I remember getting over the top of him, and I punched him in the head, and then I moved his legs over so his face was looking at me between his legs, and I was pushing his legs over his head, and I saw fear in his eyes. And I was like, oh, he's as scared as I am.
Right.
Made me feel way better.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. We're both fucking terrified. Okay, I can deal with this. And then I just took his soul. I could tell. He just gave up. I didn't go for the guillotine. He gave me the guillotine. I kept kneeing him in the stomach and elbowing him. Every now and then, whatever, I'd like elbow him in the stomach and then elbow him in the head, then knee him in the stomach. So he never blocked any of them. Damn. And then he sat up. Yeah. Because I was trying to get up to fight again because my coach was like, don't be down there. Yeah. So I went to get up and he like put his head there and I was like, oh, I know that one. Right. And he tapped before I even started choking it. Like he wanted out. Oh,
that's incredible, man. So
the other guy did not want out.
Yeah. Some people, I mean, they're just not used to being hit sometimes and then, or not good at taking punches. Yeah. Well, there's certain fighters.
I mean, with practice, you do become better at it. I mean, it's just certain people that just get knocked out on a certain pressure to the head, and some people can take
But
more
you've been
pressure.
In multiple accidents with skateboarding and dealing with pain.
Oh, totally.
I know people always used to say you're probably more susceptible to knockouts, but I'm really not. You know, I think it's a different knockout too.
I think it would be like you would be able to take that pain.
Well, in fighting, if you get hit too many times, they say your jaw goes.
Right.
So, but I also think that's
true.
These people started when they were kids,
Yeah.
and they've been getting hit their whole life. I started at 35,
right?
So yeah, I did hit my head skating and moto a lot too, but they're different concussions. I know that sounds stupid, but they are.
Right.
The one on the jaw that like disconnects this bit and makes you go sleepy. It's just, you don't do that in skateboarding and moto.
No,
that's true.
It's more of a head bounce off the ground thing.
How many concussions have you had?
I don't know, 50.
Fuck.
100.
Wow.
Fuck. Yeah, so fighting is way different than slamming and doing all the other shit. Yeah, for sure.
It's way. It's not as. It's skateboarding's 1,000 times harder.
I think it's insanely. I underestimated. I always was drawn to fighting, and everything. When I started boxing, I did this in Brazil, and I did a silly fight where I was like, it's only promotion. It was like a professional.
Those are the ones. Those are the ones that make. Yeah.
2-time world champion. You know, he's completely smaller guy, and they're like, it'll be funny. He's smaller, and you're a bigger guy.
What's his name?
Popo was his name, and he's still, if you look online, he's fierce, fierce, and
the fight game is not cool, man.
It's terrifying.
They put people in against people that
and I was
aren't.
like, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Immediately, I knew this.
They don't care
because it's just like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
you know, I had
in my last fight, the guys sent me video of 3 guys, and he goes, check out these guys. Tell me which one you want to fight, and they. A couple of them had some groundwork, but 2 of them had no stand up at all. And I was like, this guy can't fight. He's like, I know. It'll be a knockout, a highlight reel knockout. And I'm like, does he know you're saying that?
Yeah.
Because I can tell what you're doing. It's Jason Ellis has got a name and some followers on Instagram, so we'll give you a guy to slaughter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I didn't come here.
Right.
There's a difference in podcasting. I'm trying to make it, and to be famous, okay, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
In fighting, I just want to fight. I want to know what it's like. I want to live like a fighter, knowing very well that I'm not. It's not my living.
Right.
If I get knocked out tomorrow, it doesn't mean shit. Like I'm not going to lose a sponsor. I don't fucking have any. Like this is not my bread and butter. I know my best friends are real fighters.
Yeah.
I know their struggle inside and out. Like it's not the same as me. Mine's bullshit. So when I had that fight, I was like, nah, man, none of them.
Okay.
I need a guy. Yeah. And then I showed my camp and my friends, and they're like, dude, you fucking beat that guy. You'd be on fire. And I was like, that's the guy then.
Wow.
Because I don't want to I don't have 6 fights.
Yeah.
I'm 40. When the last fight I had, I was in my 40s, like 45 or some shit, like fucking old as fuck. The other guy was as old as me, but he'd had fucking 80 fights. Damn. I'd had 1.
Damn.
His shit was 40-40, and mine was 1-0.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
how'd that one go?
It was brutal. I'm a very bad starter, but I also had a car race that day because I was trying to show off.
That same day?
Yeah, I raced cars, and I I got second. First time I podiumed, so I was freaking out. And then they're like, "You got to go to the
same day."
Yeah, so I get in the car and get there, no food and no time, hit some pads, and then next thing you know, I'm in there. So I wasn't really like I wasn't knowing I was in a fight until he like knocked me, like he hit me, and my front leg buckled. He looked at it, and I smiled at him like, "Nah, I'm fine." I was not fine. And then he cracked me a few more times, and I was gone. Like I just just hearing a sound. I can't see nothing. I'm looking for him, trying to feel a body. Hold on to a body, and then by the time I came to, I was on my back, and he elbowed me in the head, and I was like, okay, I'm back. I got to get out of here quickly. And then from then on, I was like, okay, we're in a fight. And then by the time I got back to my corner, I remember thinking, because I lost badly, like he beat the shit out of me for 5 minutes, and I was on my butt, and I get back up, and I feel the crowd, because I had people that came to see Jason fight, and I was like, these guys they thought I was going to win. This is terrible.
Too, like, you can do it, man.
Like Rob Corddry and Dax Shepard, like they drove all the way out there to fucking, and I'm like, wow, you're just going to get beat in front of all these dudes. This is so bad.
It's definitely humbling.
But I remember my corner, like, it's a fucking fight, man. Like, you got to get in it. Like, go, like, use that ground game. Like, and I was like, really? Because that wasn't the plan. It's like, fuck that first plan. Do this one instead. So he caught me again a couple times in the second, but I caught him too. And then I took him down, and that was his thing. He wasn't he couldn't get up.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. And then the third round, I got him on the ground again. And finally, I fucking caught that key lock, and he didn't tap. I said tap. I kept telling him to tap because I caught it. I finally caught it. I fought it the whole round. Then I finally caught it, started wrenching it, and I could feel shit popping. It's like when you bend a branch, you can feel it snapping.
Fuck.
So I started saying, tap, man, tap. Nowhere near. He ain't saying shit. He ain't tapping me. So I started ripping that shit, and he started screaming, not tapping. And he didn't say the word tap. He just started screaming.
Holy
the ref called it a verbal tap with 1 second left.
Wow, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. So and that was, my fight. And that's
a
the
verbal
thing.
Tap.
My fight friends, my real fight friends, Eddie Jackson and these guys that are real fighters, like Eddie came over and he was like, dude, that was a fucking fight, man. Like you fucking... and I knew the in it, how many times he had me, and I was never gonna give up ever, and that's what I wanted to know about myself.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I needed to have another fight after that fight because I don't want to hurt anybody, especially the older I get.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of pulling someone's arm off, it's not cool to me. I'm not trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know that. I'm proud of myself. You fuck with me, I will not quit. Like, you will have to kill me. You could break my arm. I'm not tapping. I'm going to win this fight.
Yeah.
And that was kind of... It was such a thing.
And that's your second fight.
Yeah. That's why I haven't had a third one. So I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? It's really... you're looking for a highlight reel. And I just don't have the urge to hurt anybody. You know?
So you said you might fight again next year, maybe.
Well, because Lewis wants to fight me so badly, and he's trying to do a thing that I did. Is you're having real fights, and you're not a real fighter. You want the full experience. He might not be in it for the same reasons as me. He might be looking a little bit more into the, I just want to do the fight and show everybody kind of thing. I ain't fighting for you. I'm fighting for me.
Yeah.
So I'll die before you win.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're even, I'm winning. And I know that. And it brings confidence. Because if you're not as good as me, you could catch me. Catch me a couple times. You're not putting me out. I'll be somewhat conscious. And I will fucking find you. And I will kill you.
Yeah. Fuck.
But I don't want to hurt. I like Lewis. He's a really good guy. I don't want to. And I feel like my way of winning is like, knock him out. I don't want to knock out Lewis. So if he gets hurt or he decides to quit and not do it, I'll be pumped. Because I don't have nothing to prove anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
But I will do it. Like someone, my coach said, bare knuckle guys might be like interested in you fighting. I was like, okay.
Oh. Fuck, you do that?
Yeah. Because I.
Yeah.
If you had a bare knuckle fight, I've never had that. That sounds crazy. I'm terrified. I must do it.
I love that, man. Facing fear straight on.
But I would, if it never happens anymore, and it's like, just, do you want to skate? Do you want to do skate tours? Yeah. Wait. Yes, please.
So you back the Paul brothers, what they were doing since they're the YouTube.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Like they're annoying or whatever. And Jake says really offensive shit.
It's supposed to be cocky, though,
yeah,
right?
but it's entertainment. It's not real. The only difference is I could tell him and Logan are like, we're real fighters. And I'm like, come on, man. Because you might not beat me. I really believe that. Like, I could fight both of them, and I feel like I do pretty well.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm not a real fighter. Mm-hmm. So fucking calm down, Because my gym, I know 25 dudes who will fucking kill those two dudes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they know those dudes. So get the fuck out of here with that shit. Go to the boxing gym. See the real guys.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's real.
It's real. That's the one thing that I don't... When someone says it's a fake knockout, bullshit.
Oh, okay.
He fucking knocked the fuck
that
out
knockout
of him.
was crazy.
Oh, no, the knockout, that was an incredible...
excellent shot, too.
Excellent shot.
You mean the way who they're putting up against, you mean, in a sense?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, he doesn't fight people the same size.
Right.
And fighting Ben Askren is bullshit. Okay. Like, boxing Ben Askren is ridiculous.
Okay. I'm not familiar with
He has a
anything that
real
world.
problem with throwing hands.
Okay.
Amazing mixed martial artist, can't punch.
Okay.
And you're like, let's have a just punching fight.
Yeah.
He could have fought anybody for that. And then he does fight people that are lower weight class. but he's getting a name for himself. He's
It's
working his
crazy,
way up.
dude.
You know,
Yeah.
Selling out arenas and shit. It's fucking crazy, bro.
But
I
you
don't
said
know if
it's
he's doing as
entertainment,
well
though.
as he
You're right.
says he is, though. Like with everyone that they go and they buy I don't think he's doing like pay-per-view thing that he says. I don't know if all that's factual because it's not that packed. It's not that.
Well, they
big
say
of a
18,000 people last. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
But are these like actual sanctioned, like?
No, I mean yes, but he's not tested,
Right.
so
Yeah.
a little bit no. And it's the thing that I just explained. You're getting fights that we want you to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not
Right.
I don't even know you, dude. Good luck. That's what a real fighter fights.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you get those guys get guys that drop out, and then they get another guy like 4 days before it, and you say no. There's your fucking paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never say no,
Right.
or they won't hire you again, and it's never. Oh, good luck. You know he could fight. Make no mistake. Your guy
Right.
can fight, but
Yeah.
those fight like I just can't. I'm not in it for that, you know.
Yeah.
If it was my career, if someone started paying me millions of dollars to fight dudes that I knew I could whoop, I would do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I like millions of dollars.
Yeah. Even at 50, you do it, right? Fuck it.
Fuck it,
Yeah.
dude. I'll do a bare knuckle fight for fucking 10 grand right now. For $1 million, would I fight like Ben Askren? Yeah.
Fuck.
And Ben Askren would be fine because I know Ben. Ben get knocked out and wake up and be like, whatever.
Yeah.
$1 million, give it to me. He's not,
Fuck.
you know.
And so how did the fight with his name Shane Carwin? How'd that happen? With his arm taped around his back. How soon after your second fight did that happen?
Oh, that was
He's
no,
a
that was
much bigger
before my
weight
second
class.
fight.
Oh, before your second.
Dude, he's
massive.
He was
He's
300
jacked.
pounds that day.
Wow, dude. So that was in between your first and second fight?
Yeah, that was a joke fight at Ellismania. So there's
Yeah,
a comedy
yeah.
fights at Ellismania, and every now and then there's a couple of serious ones.
Okay.
So that's the other thing.
But he really knocked you
out. Yeah, and it wasn't a fake punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was very serious.
I watched the video. It was crazy.
What's
yeah.
right-handed?
We taped his right hand down, and he caught me with a left hook. But what I didn't know is I thought we were playing. Like, I knew I was going to get hurt,
Right.
but I didn't think he was going to be that serious. And his coach, he told me like 3 years later, his coach told him before the fight, Jason just got you here to knock you out and be famous on YouTube. You've got one arm, dude. This kid can fight. And he's got you here to fucking make himself a star. And Shane was like, no, he's my friend. He's like, dude, seriously, wake up. So when I walked into the ring, I popped up under the ropes and went over to him, and he was not having it. Like, I walked up, I was like, hey, man. And he was deadly fucking serious, like,
Holy shit.
face red and shit. And then first punch, I put both hands up and saw it. The jab went through both hands and knocked me on my ass.
No, you got to understand this guy. He's
I saw
massive.
the video. I saw
oh,
it.
you
It's
said-
crazy.
I locked up with him. He got one arm taped. He holds onto my hip and lifts me over his head and hung me over the ropes and then put me back in with one arm.
Fuck, dude.
And then I had his arm at one point up against the ropes, so the other arm's taped, and I've got this one trapped. And I went dink dink lightly, like I got your arm trapped. He spins me around and goes whack in the back of the fucking head, made my whole face go tingly.
Wow.
And I'm like, this dude is not playing. So he freaked me out. I lost
Were you
composure.
scared?
Fuck, dude, I didn't even.
It happened so
I did the
fast.
wrong thing. Like, I tangled up with him and didn't put my hand up and let him hook me in the head.
Yeah. Fuck.
And everything he
One
did,
arm.
I bumped him. Felt like running into a car. Like
Holy
you couldn't
shit.
move him. Like he'd bump into you and he'd just knock you off balance. If you ran into him, he'd
That
knock you off
weight,
balance.
yeah. I mean, that's
Fucking
a heavyweight.
scary, man. How was he
Power.
after the fight? Was he cool after the
Fucking
fight?
Yeah, cool as shit. I had a concussion, so everyone was making sure I didn't go to sleep. And I didn't drink at the time, and they were all drinking. And at one point, I fell asleep on the couch, and I woke up. Shane picked me up and shaking me in the air. Wake up! I'm like, I'm awake. Don't hit me again. Like, 'cause I wasn't. The last time I went to sleep was when he hit me. I'm like, whoa! And everyone's laughing because Shane's picking up Jason again after he knocked him out. He's like a
Yeah.
brother to me. He's
Yeah.
a really good friend, and I didn't know, after the stories and
Yeah.
him telling me that his coach said all that shit. And then also Brendan Sharp told me, Shane doesn't play, dude. Like, you shouldn't take this fight. Shane doesn't have like a from 1 to 10. He has a 1 or a 10. He doesn't have a 4 for you, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, he's my friend. But yeah, Brendan was right. Like Shane doesn't know how to play. He's only a monster.
Totally get that.
But,
that's the guy box was the same.
Right, but I've been at the gym and I've had dudes that are like pro Muay Thai fighters and shit come up and go, hey man, saw that shit on YouTube with Shane Carwin. Fucking respect, man. That's crazy. And I'm like, I'm pumped on that.
Man. It's no joke, man. Like those real fighters, they get in their mind. It's a mindset that they're, this is.
It's not.
Yeah, it's no joke.
If it's all the crowd and the bell ringing and everything's serious, they only have that tempo.
Exactly.
And how long you knocked out for? I've never been knocked out.
That was a flash one. Wasn't that bad? I tried to talk afterwards and I couldn't get my words right. So that was a good tell.
Fuck.
But, I was like, I've had so many. It's just, I didn't go out. It's like you get a little dark and you can't hear anything. And it's like, wow, wow, wow. And then you start hearing people and you're like, I'm here. I'm okay. And everyone's saying, you okay? I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. And that's a good one.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the stands or you're somewhere else and all of a sudden you're like, where am I? Because I've had those. Those are bad.
Oh my God.
When we go somewhere else, yeah.
Hospital ones pissing my pants.
And so Ellismania, I mean, I was watching some of the episodes to Ellismania too. There was a bunch. I mean, was it like 2 seasons, right? 2011 it started?
Oh, no, Ellismania's been going for 15 years. It was on TV for 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was watching that.
Fuel TV, that's right.
Fuel TV. I remember Fuel TV. That's still around?
Nah, because Fox bought it. I had a show that were going to do a reality show on me. And the UFC moved to Fuel and they called it Fox and erased Fuel. So my greenlit show got taken away. Yeah.
Fuck.
Dana White is not a fan.
Of you?
Of any of his people being associated with me.
Okay.
Wow.
Uriah Faber fought me and he got in big trouble because the video went a little viral because we actually kind of scrapped for a minute. I fought 10 people in back to back, like 1 minute rounds each. Oh, wow. And my friends picked the guy, so I didn't know.
Right.
So when it started, they all showed up and it was Forrest Griffin, Uriah Faber, Keith Jardine, Kit Cope, like there was a couple of friends and then like 7 legit famous fucking fighters.
10 in a row?
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah, you could do a round.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
But that's a lot.
Yeah.
But Forrest Griffin wore me out in the first minute because he's like, who you want first? I'm like, I'll take Forrest because I just fear him the most. I was like, let's just get that out of the way because he was fucking spitting water and running around punching and shit. I was like, fuck, dude. And then he is not that good of a boxer. He actually is okay, but he has little faith in himself.
Okay.
So he was like, I'm not letting Ellis get shots on me. So he just smothered me. And instead of resting with him, I struggled to get out to land shots.
Yeah.
So by the time the minute was up, I was fucked. And then I don't know.
Just one after the other. Holy shit.
And then Uriah, I just have so much respect for him. And I remember my head's down, I could barely breathe, and Dr. Drew's my corner man. He goes, "Oh, don't worry, this guy's fine. You get this guy easy. He's got jeans on." And I look up, and it's Uriah Faber, and I'm like, "You fucking idiot! It's Uriah Faber." He's like, "Is that good?" I'm like, "Not for me."
Holy
shit. And he had a baseball cap on, and I was like, "He ain't trying to take me serious at all." And I was like, "I'm gonna get some respect right now." And I gathered whatever energy I had. And I threw a couple of fast jabs, hard ones, hit him in the head a couple times. Fucking second one hit him, threw his hat away.
Yeah.
And he starts coming in. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I just fucking stood my ground and went for it. And he's obviously way faster, so he's landed shots on me, but I was still going the whole time. He landed a couple of flush, like overhands, but I was still working the body, like boom. And I'm like, whoa, hands up. And then he's like, all over me. But on the YouTube, everyone's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Uriah Faber's fighting some fucking asshole. Like,
fuck.
Yeah, and then apparently Dana called him and he was almost fired.
Damn.
So then all the other people that are my UFC friends, they cannot come anymore. They can't even. Yeah, they can't. Somebody hit me up. I won't say who, but a UFC fighter, female, I'm friends with, and was like, "I want to go to this one in Texas." The last one I did with Skankfest at Lewis's thing. I was like, "Yeah, we can get you in there for the blindfolded fight. And you can just kick people in the legs." She's like, "Yeah, I'd love to do that." And I was like, "But first, you should check with your boss because I've heard that he's not that much of a fan of my events. You know, it's comedy boxing. I don't think he likes the
yeah
making a joke of his sport. I don't know, because I had been friends with him. I have his number. He's given me seats cage side, but I think that the Ellismania thing and his fighters, he's like, what the fuck is this dude doing? That's what I think. So she didn't even call me after he called her.
Oh, shit.
She doesn't even talk to him anymore.
So that's on YouTube now. That stuff's on YouTube?
Yeah.
And what's the episode called where you fight the 10 fighters?
Well, we got it from that movie where the guy fights 10 people. What's it called?
Oh, it's called?
God.
Some old 80s movie. Fucking forgot the dude, the actor.
He fights 10 dudes in there?
Yeah, and that's where we got it from. We named the fight after that movie. Black guy. Fucking what's his name?
I like this one.
Old dude with the mustache.
Okay.
He fights 10 dudes. He's not old then.
I want to see girl who fights girls who fight the boys. That sounds amazing.
Wait, what?
It's like girls who fight girls that fight boys.
Who said that?
That was one of the Ellismania episodes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because we had... Yeah, there was a couple of guys
girls,
that can't fight at all, and we had girls that could fight
Oh,
them.
shit.
Yeah.
I want to see that. That sounds fucking amazing. You did so many, and you're still doing them, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm probably I'll do one more in Vegas this year, and then I'll probably move on to some other stuff.
I'm not doing it no more.
I just feel like having everybody punch each other in the face. My fans are getting as old as me.
Yeah.
It's time to do other stuff.
Something we touched on the first episode too. You mentioned about eating a shark's heart while I was beating.
Yeah.
How we touched base. I was like, I should went back to that.
I was drunk.
And where was that? And how did that happen?
I was fishing off the coast of Mexico with Danny Way and all these a couple of skateboarders and some party fishermen guys that know skateboarders.
Yeah.
And I think we were awake for 2 days.
Damn.
And then, I'm all about sharks. And then someone said they had a shark on the line. And you got to give it to Ellis. So next thing you know, I've got that thing hooked on me. And I'm fucking pulling it and doing the real thing. You got it, Ellis. You got it. I'm some fucking fight for like an hour with this shark.
How big?
Well, yeah, they pull it out. It's a thrasher shark, like 4 foot long or something.
Wow.
And straight away, they cut his head off.
What?
Because apparently you've got to cut him before you put him on the boat so they don't bite you and shit. Some law or whatever. I don't know. But I remember going, whoa, you guys are just killing him. I didn't realize. That's how much I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And then... I've got the head, and I'm like, red dragons and all this shit. Everyone's laughing. And then the fisherman guy cut the heart out and he's like, check it out. It's still beating. I'm drunk, dude.
God, dude.
So I just grabbed it and bit it like an apple. And,
while I was beating?
Yeah, and beat it down my neck.
Was it all spraying
into
blood
my
and
belly.
shit?
No, it wasn't very bloody.
Was it pretty big or no?
Little one.
Wow. Holy fuck, dude. So you swallowed it while I was beating.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And then you shit it out. Obviously, we went with that. Oh my
It wasn't
God.
beating when I shit it out. I
No,
think.
I was gonna say that's fucking.
I didn't mean to do. That was that was one of those things where they put it in a Red Dragon video and everyone's like shark heart, and I'm like, what? Shark heart. I'm like, I don't. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Damn.
Because it was in the Red Dragon video. Everyone's like, Ellis, man, he goes around eating shark hearts. I'm like, I don't do that. Like. When I'm drunk, I do everything. Like, I'm not really a fan of that guy. So, even then, when I was still raging, I remember the premiere. Everyone's like, Ellis, and I'm like, I didn't even think my video part was very good. It was like a couple tricks. Wow. It's like, no, man, you ate the shark heart. I'm like, oh
God.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting known for.
That was what I claim to fame.
And then you mentioned
not my greatest.
You mentioned Dax at your fight, so I also read that Dax kind of helped you get sober.
He definitely,
that
was the first time I ever had a sponsor and went to meetings.
Okay.
And it was, and
you both kind of went through the same kind of shit together. He talked, like I guess he's talked in your pod with you or something about you guys kind of went through the same kind of childhood traumas together. Or something.
I don't know about that.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
I think a little bit different. I think he heard me on the Howard Stern show talking about being bisexual.
Okay.
He thinks that's the most. He's like, I heard this guy say the most courageous thing I've ever heard anybody do in my life. Mm-hmm. That's his thing with it.
Okay.
He just thought it was so. he's like, I know you do stunts and shit, but he's like, that thing right there is the craziest thing I've ever heard anybody do.
Awesome.
So he became a fan from that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was on my show and he mentioned, with all the trauma, because I told him a little bit about my childhood, and he was like, so obviously you're a recovering addict. And I was like, nah. He's like, you just don't drink or anything. I was like, no, I drink. And he's like, you think that's a problem? I was like, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he kept talking to me, and, I look up to him, and he was right. I did have a problem with it. I've always had a problem with it.
Yeah.
I've always used it too much, even when there was times where I'd sensibly use it. It still meant that a couple times a year I would fly off the handles and be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I actually went to meetings and really tried. And I did it like a year and a half, I think. And then I just felt like smoking weed. Felt like it was something in my life that I missed terribly, and that I didn't think that it was gonna affect my life like alcohol did.
Yeah.
And I went, obviously a lot of, because you feel like that's just the addict telling you should smoke weed. Like,
right.
You should probably have a drink too.
Yeah.
But, and then that happened. I did. I went back to drinking as well. And then I had a heart problem again. I've always had a bit of a heart condition. And the doctor was like, if you didn't drink, it probably wouldn't react. It's not like if you have a heart that can go into AFib, you probably shouldn't drink. And I was like, okay, well, I just won't anymore. And then that, that was around the time that I got fired too. It was just like everything, I got complacent. I made it, and I got complacent. I gave up on, there was nothing to do anymore.
Yeah.
So I just drank every night. Didn't think it was a big deal because the show kept ticking.
Yeah.
I didn't like being there. So that kind of depressed me. My own job depressed me. I hated working for the people I worked with, and being fired. And when I had to quit drinking, it was all coming down. I just thought, how can it, I'm going to die soon. I still think that I'm not going to be around as long as you guys. My heart is bullshit. So I just don't want to die losing. I don't want to die on the bad end of shit. I'm just, fuck alcohol. For the first couple of months, I was definitely wanted to be bummed. I could feel it. My wife still drinks. See people having a beer in the daytime. I'm like,
oh, your wife still drinks now?
Yeah, but nowhere near as much.
My wife drinks too.
It just lit a fire under my ass, and then it made it easier to make that decision.
Yeah.
And I just want to live as long as I can and be good. I want to do good things. I want to help people. I want to die and be like, you weren't a piece of shit. It was good to be here. You didn't make the place worse. You made it better.
Yeah, I love that.
And I don't want to die until I know that,
Yeah.
And I've got this crazy opportunity again. I can feel it.
No, I can feel it too, man.
And I just don't want to mess it up. I just want to I want to be in the right I want to be with the right people.
Yeah.
I've made other choices now with friends where I've told people I'm not going to hang out anymore. It's nothing against you. I just, I'm going in another direction. And if you're really negative and you don't catch it, and I remind you and you still keep being negative, I'm just switched off to you.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. I can't. It's not going to help me help anybody. So if we're not helping anybody here, and I already tried to help you, and you don't want to help yourself, then I'm out.
Yeah.
It's a bit careless, but it's also, I'm thinking about my kids and shit like that. Like your shit's going to depress me, and then I'm going to depress them. I can't have that.
Yeah. You can't be like negative bringing you down,
How long has it been now that you haven't been drinking?
Like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you not drinking?
2 years.
2 years. You're just a weed guy too, right?
What's that?
You're just a weed guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's intense because you can really only. It's really doable really day to day. Like they're saying, in meetings. Like day after day, or like what's the saying that they have? One day at a time.
Yeah.
And it really makes sense though, because there's nothing you can control in the future.
Right.
It's uncontrollable.
It's true.
It's out of your hands. But your energy you're giving off now is something that you can really control. And to be in that mindset is just so immense. And being around people with that same
100%
mindset really adds to that feeling of being belonging, not that emptiness.
Right.
Or it's substance that you're looking for, which is...
And I'm more open to relationships now. Like I just used to be closed off to new relationships.
Right.
So to find anybody that might help me go in a positive direction wasn't going to happen. Because I was just like, oh... You seem a little too happy. It's weird. It's got to be full of shit, Like there's got to be some part where that's just bullshit. But now, from just giving it a go, I'm like, you know what? Some people, they're not lying.
No, man.
They're just that fucking happy and positive.
We have a whole positive crew. Our whole crew is like that, just hiking and eating well and taking care of our minds and our bodies. And
I'm here.
Yeah,
I talk to you a lot.
I know.
I don't think that was a thing that would have happened a couple of years ago because I was just like, no, you're too happy. Something's up.
One thing I really want to talk to you about is you mentioned briefly too, and I looked into it after. I was like, "Fuck!" Is the MDMA treatment you did, and also I can't say the word. You gotta say the word, bro.
Ayahuasca.
Yes, ayahuasca.
Two of those things you give a lot of credit to, huh?
Yeah. Those are big steps in the right direction. Obviously, a lot of work comes after that, but
what is MDMA for people listening who don't know?
MDMA is ecstasy.
Okay,
it's just.
I didn't even fucking know that because I never did it. I just don't know. I didn't know that name.
Ecstasy sometimes has other drugs in it because of street shit. Okay. But if you get MDMA from the doctor, it's pure MDMA.
Okay.
And it just, if you use it with a doctor, then they get you to recall things in your childhood that become very clear on MDMA.
Unblocks things.
Yeah. And things that can be really tough to swallow can be easier to do so because of the positive, like MDMA, you're high.
Yeah.
You're upbeat. Things are good.
Okay.
And then you realize this terrible thing, but you come out of it with, like, to me, I felt sorry for my father when I remembered all the things that happened.
Gotcha.
This memory extended to him leaving the room and feeling guilty for it. Okay. And then making me realize that somebody did this to him and that he's a part of this whole thing. It's not his fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're older, it is your fault. But I found a way to forgive him and move on because one, it fucking happened. Yep. So stop denying that. And it took fucking forever for that to come. Totally. And then I want to kill this guy who's dead. I'm walking around ready to kill this guy. So guess what? You cut me off. You're my dad, and I'm going to kill you. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. That's my most embarrassing part of me is my temper, and I don't want my kids to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to have some fucking snapped off temper where they're just the whole world's falling down because you got cut off on the freeway. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So I've just been on a mission to squash that guy. And the more I accept the things that have happened and move on, I'm just happier for no reason. That's my biggest quest, man. Just like I used to have to get something, I had to do something, make something, then you give me something, and I'm like, okay, next, because I'm just dodging the pain.
Yeah, you're just happy to be alive and fulfilled with your wife and your family.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm like the heart condition. I'm like, fuck, I'm in the pocket right now. Do not take me. I did fucking 40 years of ready to kill. Don't do that to me. Like, give me another 40. Of ready to love,
Yeah. So how many times you done the MDMA stuff? A couple times?
With the doctor?
Yeah.
One time.
Oh, just one time. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a doctor or a psychiatrist? Or
a doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah. I think he was qualified in both.
Okay.
Yeah. Some kind of...
You heard about that?
Holistic.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's an actual doctor and he's a holistic guy as well. Okay. Like he moved from that to holistic stuff.
I see.
And he also introduced me to the guy that, the Sherman that did the ayahuasca for me.
And where'd you do that?
At my house, 3 days straight.
Wow.
And who were you with?
This guy that lives in, I forgot his name,
but it's like
Costa Rica. Or,
you had like a guy because normally
he met a guy. He met a girl in Costa Rica because he's a Sherman.
Okay.
And fell in love with her, and she lives in LA.
Okay.
So he came to visit her. And my friend was like, hey, just so you know, because I was going to try and go there by myself. I was fucking terrified. I'm like, I'm going to go to some other country by myself.
Fuck that.
He can do it in your house if you want. It's going to cost a little more. And I was like, done. So it was 3 days in my house.
3 days.
And so what does that mean, 3 days? So you're high again too? It's like...
It gives you you go through a bunch of... He does a lot of chanting and stuff, and there's a lot of smoking and tobacco and all this other bullshit. And you're like, God, this is all bullshit. And then you get the medicine, and it starts to kick in. The things that he's singing start to make your body move without you moving, and you're like, that's weird.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, whoop, off you go. To me, I just dipped out, just whoosh, blackness. And then the blackness, it looked like a spaceship, like Star Wars, but a big gray thing came up over me. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And it was a woman, but it was a woman that had all these people in there screaming and shit, people in pain, like rooms on fire, and like just thousands of things. And then I was like, wait, is that a woman with horns? And then the tits, and then like this, and it was like it wasn't human.
Holy
and I was like, this is death. Everyone in here is dying. This is hell. And I'm like, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Oh man, everyone was warning me about that, and this ain't so bad. So that some people have a word, like they give up, they don't want to give up, but I didn't know I was dying. And then once I realized I was dead, and then we start, and then I'm in that it just keeps you there until you realize it.
Holy shit.
Like, because I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What is this? Wait, is that a woman? Wait, is that? Oh shit. It's like evil, It's
and that's
like
for 3 days, all kinds of shit, right?
Well, it's different because the next day, then you do that, you trip, it's about 4 hours, I think. It seems like a long time, seems longer, but then it wears off. You start, you still feel high, but it's medicine. So like when it wears off, it's just a fucking doctor pounding into you the things that you faced when you're in there, and that you have to deal with them, and you have to move past them. And then the next day, different thing. I got spirits behind me. I got people trying to talk to me. And my dog reached out to me that passed away.
Oh, my God.
And that fucked me. Because then it connected to my brother, because that's the thing that I'm worried about the most. My brother died when he was 24. So my dog is there, and I'm like, I can't deal with this. And then I'm like, if I can't deal with that, I definitely can't deal with my brother. And then that just made me start screaming, crying.
Holy shit.
And I was just, it was like a thing that I had to get out. Like I didn't, I took care of everybody at the funeral. I didn't cry. I said what I had to say. I made sure everybody got what they wanted, and the funeral went well. That's it. Yeah. I think I just needed to get that out,
Yeah.
And that was that day. And then the next day was the vomiting of what I thought was evil, and it came out like tar, and it was like a demon, and I just kept throwing up, and it was continuous, so it was attached. So I had to get this whole thing out, and I could feel it in me when I was throwing it up, that there was more in there that I had to get out.
Holy shit.
And that was like the hardest I've ever thrown up in my life. I couldn't see, and there was this black tar coming out, and then afterwards, when it all wore off, I put the bucket that I threw up in, I went to pour it in the toilet, and it was just vomit. It wasn't black at all.
Right.
Holy shit.
So it was just, but after that, it stayed with me. It just kept telling me, don't start running, because I wanted to. I started drinking again, and it was like, don't do that. You got to face it. And it haunts you.
Damn, that shit's heavy, man.
So I started taking walks on the beach by myself and shit. Let the medicine talk to me about how to sort this shit out, which I didn't realize at the time. It was making me face it. I would spend hours facing it. Yeah. Like that fucking happened to you, dude. And so did that, and so did that. She probably never fucking cared. So you need to deal with that. Like, if somebody did that, they probably didn't really care for you. So you got to like let go of these things that you thought you owed them that,
Holy shit.
It's heavy stuff, but it also, I knew it was fixing me. Yeah. And my quest, I just know I got a gift, and I'm hiding it because of the pain. Like if I get past this, I can. The sky's the limit. Who knows what I could do and see with my life? So it just made it easy to do it, to face it again every day. I'll be like, what else is there? Yeah. And then the MDMA stuff, that was enough. I That's why I haven't done it again, because I'm
Okay.
like, well, I don't need to know how many more times I was raped
Yeah.
or how it happened.
Yeah.
I know it. A couple
Yeah.
times, that'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to remember the whole fucking scenario over and over again. Like, I don't know how long it went. I just don't. I got the main bit, the end bit,
Yeah.
and that's, it's like, you want to do some more? I'm like, nah, I don't want to.
I'm good on that.
I just want to. I know it happened, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
It made me strong. I'm better for it.
Yeah.
Because if you're in my shoes, you've got to be resilient if you want what you want, and I want stuff that you got to be tough to have it.
Yeah. When's the last time you did that? When was that?
The MDMA therapy years ago.
Okay, years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago. 4 years
Okay.
ago. It's just little bits,
Yeah.
And then therapy. A therapist that I saw for years made a huge, there wasn't just one thing.
Yeah, it's
Right,
everything.
right.
It was
yeah.
everything. Eating right, MMA guys teaching me how to fucking do this, do that.
should.
Oh man, you probably shouldn't eat this. Oh really? I didn't know that. And then
All of it.
cold water therapy. Fucking
I know. I was
biggest
gonna ask
game
you about
changer
that.
ever.
I know.
Like,
I see you doing that all
I
the
hate
time.
that fucking thing, but it makes me happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to try that so bad, man.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's called it's the cold plunge thing, right? Yeah.
yeah, well, I mean, you can.
That's at your
You
house.
can do a
It's-
cold. It's
a cold
scientifically
shower.
proven you can do a cold shower.
Yeah. I was telling him about I was doing that.
Are you
and
still
also-
doing it?
Yeah. I mean, when I can shower.
Yeah.
But it scientifically works. They found facts that, especially for warding off colds and things like that.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, immune system.
It strengthens your immune system.
Okay.
Definitely.
The cold showers.
Yeah.
But the
It really
ice and the
works.
sauna thing, that combination's insane, right?
Yeah, I don't know. The sauna just makes it easier for me to get in the cold plunge.
Okay.
But I know sauna does a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
But to me, sauna will sweat out any rust, clear me out a little bit, and then I go in the cold plunge as hot as I can get and stay in there for as long as I can to get the benefit. I'm usually sore as well, so
Yeah.
I'm icing myself so that my body can work again.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
How
if I
long
do
is-
that a couple times, I can move again, like
Yeah.
in an hour.
How long you stay in the ice thing for? How long?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
Sometimes a little bit longer.
Fuck.
Usually
Yeah, I
I
wanna
do
try
3
it so
minutes
bad.
and then I stand up in it because my ankles are so shot, and I dance salsa in it
I know. I saw it the other day. It was amazing.
because I got to keep moving.
I think people knew this a long time ago, especially in like Scandinavia and Russia. They've
Yeah.
always been doing this like saunas and then cold.
Yeah,
cold
we used to
water.
see videos and be like, look at those crazy
Yeah.
bastards, but
And
it
it's-
works.
There's definitely,
It's a good test too because it's definitely a thing that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And it's good for you.
But you push
So,
your mind to
Yeah.
do the things, and this is what we're talking
I
about
know.
before, the benefits of those cold showers. Like, why? And it's like, man, you're
start
like,
doing
I don't
this.
want to do this, but it makes you those things that you don't want to do daily easier to do.
The things you don't want to do, that's part.
help
That's
you
the
the
good
most.
part of life, man. Like
right.
Yeah.
you think that you just want it all for free
Yeah.
and you get everything, and that's the best way to live. But the suffering is what makes the
part
good
of it.
so good.
Yeah.
Like I don't want.
Yeah.
It's definitely
If you win,
Stay there. You guys keep talking.
yeah. If you win, and you've just always won,
yeah.
it's like I don't know how many blowjobs I could get back to back. Like after like 3, I'd be like, okay, I don't want one right now. I'd probably rather a sandwich, to be
Right,
honest.
right,
Maybe
right.
we can get back into it, but not right now. I feel like it's like that. If you've never had a blowjob and then you get one, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Right.
I love how I sex analogied that, but
Just
You
when
put a
you
blowjob in while it's gone. What are you talking about?
I was just saying when you haven't had that much good fortune and then you run
Yeah.
into it, it's
Yeah.
exceptionally great. I mean, it's not
incredibly
the
great.
way to live, but it's like consecutive blowjobs. I love blowjobs, but I don't want 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I always need a break.
This
So it
is
tells
true.
you. If you just got sucked off all day, you'd be like, you know what? Can someone stop sucking me off?
Yeah, maybe
Please.
when I was like 21, very young,
All
I would
day?
be like all day.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, here we go. Round 3, round 4.
In one
Now-
day?
Yeah.
No,
At that
I'm saying
age,
I'm
yeah.
saying
Okay,
back
okay,
to
okay.
back to back.
Yeah, back in the day, I think back to back to back. I'd
Wow.
be like, all right.
Okay.
Now, no doubt about it. Like, one
I need
is
15
that-
minutes,
I tell
man,
you,
at
yeah,
least.
you got one. That's fantastic. It's incredible. You appreciate it a lot more. Yeah. I mean, especially, I'm like, man, that one it can last me. For
yeah, we took it to another fucking. We took the project
a really long time.
Shit.
It's incredible how, I mean,
keep talking,
staying
Derrick.
on the same subject of like breaking bones and stuff. Like I'd never broken anything in 50 years of my life.
Until with the cabs
and I
ran.
had to like rationalize in my head because it's depressing as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realize a lot of things as far as depressing it can be. The fact that there's not enough handicap stuff around for people to move around in society and stuff. I'm like, why isn't there a ramp here? Why is this like, damn, are you serious? You got to go
noticing
all
things.
these steps, all these things I start noticing. Just the everyday people just walking by my house. I'm like getting bitter and mad and just resentful and just like, what the fuck? Like just weighing in on my mind. Then doing this whole questionnaire before going to the doctor, like all these depression questions. I guess a lot of people have to deal with that. I guess it's something that comes up because I'm at home alone dealing with this, moving around, doing the typical stuff every day that I can't do anymore. And it's just like, oh my God, when I can walk again, I'm going to do it every second that I
do a marathon
can, every day. You know, I'm going to do a fucking marathon. I'm going to walk, you know, like everywhere I need to go. I'm just like all these, you know, things in my head to start popping up. And it's like, I got to stay, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate, you know, seeing older people walking by. I'm like, God bless them. You know, do it. You know, do it, old man. Like, keep walking. You know?
I broke both my elbows once.
That's
And
what I'm talking
At the same time?
Yeah, and that was like some bullshit.
But also hearing other people's stories while I had this like broken leg or broken foot or whatever, that's what really sparked something in my mind because I was like, fuck, people have had much worse.
Yeah.
And then I'm becoming so appreciative. I'm like, okay, happened twice in a year. I got broken shit, but still the stories I've heard from people overcoming, you know, certain things. I'm like, man,
people have been punished.
Punished.
How'd you break them both at one time?
Moto.
Wow.
I broke him again. I broke him on the same jump. So I jumped this jump, tried to jump a triple, came up short, hit the other jump in front of it. My bars crossed up, so I landed with my arms across me and broke both my elbows and lacerated my kidney, I think.
Fuck.
And then 3 months later, I fucking went back there because I was like, fuck that, I'm making that. Same slam.
Holy shit.
Re-broke both my elbows.
Again?
Yeah, and lacerated my lungs or something. I think.
So,
holy fuck,
so how do you
dude.
deal with the recovery? Like, is there any
Weed, painkillers, video games, blowjobs.
Right, very, very, very straight to the point.
It's not so bad.
Wow. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and get really wasted. I used to drink and then eat massive amounts of painkillers and just drool on the couch.
Oh,
Holy
man.
fuck.
And then, you know, because you get back in and you go hard again. So it's kind of a relief for a couple weeks because you get painkillers.
Right.
And I'm not a junkie, but I wanted to be. So you give me the painkillers, I eat those fuckers like no tomorrow, and drool on the couch, and then I call the doctor and say I need more painkillers. Maybe second job, but definitely not a third one. So then you have to suck it up, and that's probably the worst part where you're like, he won't give you any more painkillers, and it's time to get your shit. Yeah, time to rehabilitate.
Oxys?
Yeah, I've done some. I shattered my wrist, and I got what were they? Fucking, they were real strong. Percocet? I don't know what it was, but I got something that was like super strong, and then they gave me oxys after that, and then I got Vicodin after that, and then he was like, I'm not giving you any more.
Wow.
But I was just, you know, because it was a I would take 4 and chew them because someone taught me if you chew them, it acts quicker. So we would just chew them. I'm not going to name the name, but I got a skateboard friend who's got a lot of surgeries himself, and he's like, fuck, I want to chew that shit. So that's just how I take him.
We just watched this TV show, Dope Sick, on that family that started Oxycontin. It's fucking heavy, man.
Yeah.
It's a craze. Because they just gave you something, too, for your injury. I was like, Derrick, be careful.
I know you're freaking. You're like, don't take it.
It was a fucked up show, man.
And I had watched it, too. Dope Sick. I mean,
you just got to do stuff at the end of the day. You got to give, like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can be a wreck for a little bit, and then it's time to go. Like, I can't
Yeah.
I'm not going to get another jar. Like, I can't. I'm not going to do anything. It'll dawn on me eventually.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, I can't. Even if I really want them, I'm skating or I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So those pills, I've always managed to not fuck myself on those. I was even telling Katie the other day, I got Xanax. I've never taken a Xanax where it makes you high.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a fucking jar of them. I take it because I've got a panic attack.
Right.
I've never thought, what's 4 do?
Yeah.
You'd think a junkie ass like me would be like, hey, what's 5 do?
Right,
But
right.
I've never, not one time, I would tell you, not one time have I been what I would call high on these things that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's and then when I'm hurt, I'll chew a couple.
Yeah.
But then the next day, it's over. You know, like I slammed in that pool the other day.
Yeah.
And I fucking almost broke my fingers and my ribs were fucked. Like I thought I broke them, but I think they were just flexed. And Bert Kreischer gave me a painkiller because I was on his podcast. I just chewed that shit straight away. And then the next day, fuck off. You know, I'm not taking painkillers. I've got shit to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it was really bad, I'd go get them. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my doctor, I was like, look, I've never taken a painkiller in my life. You know, I've never taken pills. And he was like, don't try to be a hero.
I barely take Advil.
He was like, don't try to be a hero. He's like, when the pain comes, he's like, it's going to come.
Yeah.
And he's like, and don't be afraid to take it. He's like, if you're feeling, he's like, mentally, he's like, you need to just relax and get your body chilled out.
Yeah.
Out of that
There's a certain amount of pain where I don't think some people get it. You know,
Right.
like if you don't take that painkiller, you're gonna fucking go to the liquor store and drink a bottle of vodka. Like you're not gonna take it.
It's not.
Yeah.
If it's just rant, and you're like, all day, you're gonna take a painkiller.
You know, I realized that once the anesthesia wore off, I was like, are you kidding me? It's like that stabbing. He's nonstop.
Yeah. When it's tolerable, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But when it's not, give me the fucking
Right.
painkiller.
I only had to take it, luckily, for a few days.
Steve-O does that. Gets hurt a lot, gets burns, and doesn't take them.
Really?
Yeah, because he can't.
Wow.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, man. Like getting a surgery and no painkillers, please. Like,
not even
off.
Advil, huh? Ibuprofen or something?
I don't know how he. Yeah, I think
'Cause they give you,
burns
like,
too, dude. He got
Tylenol.
burned a couple times doing stunts, and he had no painkillers.
That I can't.
I'm stoked for that Jackass.
What's that?
I'm stoked for
Yeah.
the new Jackass coming out.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty cool.
So you made your colonoscopy appointment? I
did.
Too. How about you, Derrick? Not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I gotta do it. 50.
Well, we have to do because we're 50.
No, I'm gonna do it this year. It's
I
just
know.
it's hard to do with the broken leg, and I'm still like all this other shit.
I'm super nervous. I don't know why. I fucking hate going to the doctors. Hate all that shit.
I did
know
butt
you hate
stuff,
going
so
to-
I don't really care. My butt can take it.
Yeah, but you're awake usually when that happens.
Yeah, but which means I've seen it do stuff where I'm like, wow, I didn't know my butt could do that.
Okay, respect.
So what's he gonna do? You know, like,
I've never been put under. It's
You
like,
don't like going to the doctor
Nah,
at
I
all.
hate that shit, bro.
okay.
And that's like a whole
That's
American
different.
I
thing.
know, man.
Yeah, what is that?
Americans, there's like super fucked up system of health always
I
in
hate
this
the dentist
country.
worse, yeah.
And of course, nobody goes to the doctor. It's expensive. It's a fucking scam with your insurance and everything.
Facts.
And people are just like, I'm not going to the doctor, which is the worst thing you could possibly do.
I know, man.
And the fact that, the health of this country is in shambles because of these stigmas of not going to the doctor.
That's really
not
true,
wanting to
man.
go, I can walk this off. And you'll go bankrupt going to the doctor. Why does it have to be that way? And it doesn't, but people don't realize that.
That's
They
because you
haven't
spent
left
time
the country.
overseas. I lived in Brazil.
Yeah, and there's people like, why wouldn't you go to the doctor? It just doesn't, like, you're having a problem, you can solve a lot of the problems early on.
Yeah, it's true.
I've tried to walk it off before. That's why I go to hospital,
Yeah.
because that didn't work.
I'm going to do it. I'm just still nervous getting put under, but I'll be all right. It's just,
Hang on there, that's the easiest.
They test you.
I know.
You're not going to feel
Yeah.
anything.
You have to do like a heart test and shit before you get
Oh,
put
they do?
under. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's a
Okay.
Make sure
pre-op.
that you can take it.
Pre-op.
Oh,
They
shit.
do everything. They take your blood. They do your
It's
heart.
like
Oh, fuck.
They
Kanye's
do
mom
everything.
died. You know, a bunch of doctors told her they wouldn't do it
Oh, that's right.
until she found somebody that would do it, and then she died. Guess why those doctors said they wouldn't do it?
Wow.
Because she obviously had a heart condition.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I know they do a pre-op and do all that shit for me.
That's
Yeah.
where I had to go
Okay.
in before, and I was
Okay.
telling
I mean,
you.
if you die, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's like the most serious, one of the most serious anesthesiologists.
Yeah.
That guy is like
Okay.
the guy that you really need to have that relationship where it's like, okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
you're not gonna
You
remember
it's not,
anything.
You're gone and then
that's
you're
the
awake. It's
Easy
it.
part. I think
Yeah.
the worst thing I heard about is like the day before, where you
Oh,
have
you
to,
drink
like,
that shit, you
empty
shit your ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's just like that's the worst.
I like shit. No, it's
Once
fun.
that's over, then you're not gonna be literally,
Yeah.
bro. You're gonna be like, not. You're gonna
Yeah, you don't know.
freaking out, like, oh my. We're
they
done?
give you stuff before they knock you out that makes you super relaxed as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're like, they
that's
go, want to
true.
put you out now, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
good.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a smart thing. It's the adult thing to do when you're 50.
It's an adult.
They
Going to the doctor.
I just hate doing
adult
real
thing.
world adult shit. I don't
You
know
got to
why.
do it.
I know. I
Imagine
know.
if you get ass cancer.
I know.
Drew got it. And that's why he told me to go get my
That's
ass
right.
checked.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because he said, you don't want it.
Yes.
And if you get it checked early, you won't get it. So I'm fucking getting it. Cut that thing. I don't care.
Yours is soon. Yours is pretty soon.
Yeah. I can't remember when.
Yeah,
a lot of things happening.
I know. I'm so excited. You get the stand up coming up, which is fucking huge. It's so great, man.
Can't believe it.
And then the podcast, which is crushing.
Yeah, made it back. We're in the top 100. We're 54th, so we made it into the top 100 all of a sudden.
A podcast of all
Yeah.
podcasts. Wow, man.
Yeah, Hawk versus Wolf is doing good.
And I saw you post about how I need to sit down and watch the Rodney Mullen. I'm a big fan of Rodney Mullen. You
Oh,
said
yeah.
that was one of your
Dude,
favorite.
So
He's
crazy.
a fucking
Sick,
genius,
man.
dude.
He is so crazy.
He's just so smart. He's just so fucking
Definitely fascinating.
His dedication is.
fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that matches it.
And then I saw you landed the Madonna since you've been on because we talked
Yeah.
about the Madonna Air. One of
Yeah.
my favorite tricks.
Yeah,
You've been going hard, man.
I'm learning shit every time I go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go a lot too.
I nose grinded the gap the other day. I'm fucking pumped.
I think I saw you do that. Is that the nose grind where you hold the back of your tail and you go
Yeah,
across?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did nose grinds holding the tail, so it's almost like a new trick.
Fuck, man. I see Tony even like learning new tricks too as well, like trying
All
to
the
learn
time.
shit, like
Yeah.
because you guys skate with some young skaters also.
Yeah, this is the good guys. But
Yeah,
it's different now, you know? I'm not in a contest.
yeah.
I'm just having fun.
So you have no sponsors for skateboarding.
No. Oh, yeah, I do. I have Tony Hawk.
Of course, yeah. That's
Tony Hawk got me Vans.
Nice.
Yeah, like 4 pairs of Vans.
I saw that.
Like, so I'm kind of sponsored.
Yeah. All right.
He gives me my helmets.
You're endorsed by Tony Hawk. Is pretty
I'm sponsored
sick.
by Bucky Lassick too. I just realized Bucky Lassick gives me boards. I get trucks from Tony Hawk. I get wheels from Tony Hawk. I'm kind of sponsored by Bones, but it's Tony Hawk. I get ceramic Swiss bearings from Tony Hawk.
Nice.
So yeah,
It's the next level shit.
I get 187 knee pads. So I'm sponsored by 187
Those
knee
are
pads.
sick too. Yeah.
So I'm kind of sponsored. Pretty
Damn.
good, dude. You
Yeah.
might watch out. I got to
Sponsored again at 50 is fucking sick.
right.
Yeah, no,
That's what I'm
serious.
saying. Yeah.
That's fucking
Sponsored
sick.
in your
I'm doing a
50s.
5 this year too. That's my goal. Got to knock out a 540 before it's too
540.
late.
Wow.
That's short for 540. McTwist. You know
Right.
that, you know that trick.
Yeah.
word.
So you're gonna pull it off?
Yeah.
I saw you go for one too. I think. Yeah.
I've been spinning them at the end of sessions because I'm just going to keep spinning them until I can see that landing real good because I can't fuck that one up. Bit too old for that
Ooh,
slam.
Yeah, dude.
But I definitely will, when the day's right, the mood's right.
When's the last
it's
time you
happening.
landed at 540? How many?
20. Oh, on my 40th birthday. So 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Oh.
I feel bad for Derrick because when Derrick slammed at Cab's ramp, it was the end of the day. He was just trying to do a fakie. He wasn't doing a trick, and he was just pumping on the ramp, and then he just fell randomly and broke his shit. But the
Yeah.
most beautiful thing is that
You two sound like awesome mini ramp guys. Next time you go to hit the ramp, hit me up because I want to get my camera out. Fucking 2 most dangerous mini ramp skateboarders in the world. You broke your leg doing
Oh my
fakies.
God.
This motherfucker looking to
Ankle.
kill himself every time he drops in. I'm like, man, Cab must be having a treat.
I was like,
Yeah, come over, you psychopathic morons.
yeah, but I got trick of the day at Cabs twice.
Yeah,
I
I
got
bet you
nose
did.
pick
He did.
and hand plan on the coping twice over there. But the most amazing
Trick
part
of
of the
the
day
day.
is that you broke it at Cab's ramp, and out of nowhere, Christian Asoy appears, slides down the ramp. He says a prayer over your fucking.
What?
It was
Yeah,
a
I was
beautiful
like,
moment,
aw.
dude. Out of nowhere, like
He's a
he came-
sweetheart.
He came out of the sky and like blessed your
That's
fucking
true.
wound.
It took
Yeah.
my
Did
mind
it heal
up.
your
No.
leg
No,
instantly?
well, he was
No.
just like, oh, please. I was like, you know what? This is
It
definitely
was
broken.
such a great moment.
And they were
though.
just like, nah, bro, you just sprained it, It's just
Oh,
like,
they tried to.
No.
yeah. And I was like, okay, that's good positive talk. But in my head, I was like, definitely going to urgent care.
Yeah.
Immediately, right after
Yeah,
this
don't
barbecue.
listen to those guys.
Yeah.
They broke everything, but yeah, they made it.
no, like we broke many. I was like,
They
that-
say everything's all right.
yeah.
But
And I was
just
like,
the moment,
okay.
how it happened,
The
who
moment
was
was
there,
beautiful.
it was beautiful.
It definitely helped me
It's
get out
not-
of the
Did you
shock.
scream?
Beautiful moment, my ass.
It was.
It's the worst moment ever.
It was the
praying
worst.
over my broken leg. But get the fuck off of me, man. Get me in the fucking
I was
hospital.
like, is there a helicopter?
Do I have to
that's gonna
stay
be
for
able
this
to-
whole prayer? Fuck, man. I'm in pain.
It was a soy helicopter.
I
Yeah.
was like, is there a helicopter going to
Yeah.
pull me from here?
Yeah,
Because-
pray for a helicopter, not my fucking ankle. It's gone.
And we had a barbecue after.
We did.
You stayed?
Yes.
Yo, that's right. You did.
I was an idiot. I was just like, I
Carl's
had no
bad. We're
idea.
far. We're
So
far.
you were maybe thinking it wasn't broken.
Yeah, I was in my head. I was like, okay, all right. Just like
Then maybe
the
they're
pain
right.
Was
Yeah.
just like, maybe they're right. Just tomorrow I'll see how it is. And it
Yeah.
was just like a fucking stabbing. Pain.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, this is not all right.
Could you walk on it?
Not at all.
Yeah, fucking.
No fucking way.
Usually when you
It was
can't
just
walk
like-
on it, that's a good sign. You idiots.
It was
Can't
just
believe
like,
any of
what?
you, any of them said you're good if you couldn't
Toby's
walk
son-
on it.
Toby's son almost passed out looking at it.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, because it was all on an. Man,
I
what the
was like,
fuck?
I was like on my back and it was just like swiveling around.
I
was
never
like,
heard. Yeah, you screaming.
and I was like, in my own mind, I was like, oh my God. Now
Why
I
did we
can't,
go to the hospital? I
Can
know,
you
so-
watch other people like get, does it make you squinge when you see people getting hurt?
No, I laugh at it.
Oh man.
You probably
I
I mean,
can't take it.
If it's I don't know, if it's bad,
It just puts me
I feel
flashback.
bad for the person for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, I
Yeah.
definitely have empathy. I'm like, my God, man.
Did you
Yeah,
watch
but
those
it's the,
surgery
it
shows
is also
and
the
shit?
game, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you broke your shit twice last year. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Same fucking foot.
It happens.
It happens. I realized it was like, this shit happens.
Fuck, man. I
Whatever.
make sure I have all my notes before I let this guy go. This Ellis. I'm psyched to hang out with you
the
tomorrow.
second time around, I gotta say, it's like, all right, I know the routine. It's not as fucked up and scary.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It does get easier.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
feel
what have we
okay,
done? Okay,
Yeah.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
I know what we've got to do.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm just like, I want to get a recuperation time, or let's do
Yeah.
this, you know?
You'll be
It'll,
fine.
it'll happen. You think you'll go back on the skateboard again?
I don't know. Maybe. I have dreams about it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
A fear or just wanting to do it?
No, wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe not at that ramp.
Not at the ramp, maybe.
Maybe just roll around, you know?
Oh, my God.
I-
Scale it down a little bit.
I do want to come to you guys' ramp to Hawk and maybe drop it. I don't know. I got to get ready for it, but I used to drop in a ramps that big. Cedar Crest, Mount Trashmore in the 80s, bro. I was in Thrasher in 83, bro. I got it in here.
That's great.
But that was
Toby.
freestyle. Because it was so funny. We skating. He was like, dude, why are you wearing knee pads? I was like,
Because
I-
we should have had a fucking helmet on. I didn't know you were that dangerous. Should have had a fucking race suit on. I'm like,
Right?
what the fuck, dude?
Exactly.
I was
Now
going,
I'm thinking,
This guy is
I
not
was going
playing.
ham on that mini ramp trying to do all kinds of shit.
Yeah, he was.
It was fun. though. It was-
Everything he did was very dangerous. Dropping in is
Finger flip rock and roll was sick, though.
everything you did was sick.
Thanks.
You're
man.
just very dangerous.
Yeah.
Everything you do is also very dangerous.
So do you, though.
Facts.
Mm,
You do. You've done a lot of dangerous
okay,
shit.
yeah, sure. But you, I feel like I've got more
Nuts.
control than you. No offense.
Nah,
you
for
look,
sure.
You look like
I was spazzing
you're a
out.
maniac
I know. I was spazzing
on a
out.
mini ramp too. I'm like, man, you know these mini ramps. They're not. You trying to go a little too fast? Seems like anyway, but
I feel
heard
like
on the-
Cabs has a better transition.
True.
Like Mike Liquidez swears he copied that exact ramp, but I feel like it's
it's pretty whippy.
it's whipping. I feel like
Yeah.
Cabs is
Yeah.
almost doesn't have vert, but it has a better transition for sure.
True.
It's a beautiful way to
You
go
might be able to drop in though.
on
Because
that
you're
ramp.
such a vert
Yeah.
guy on a mini ramp.
Is
It
that
might
12
be easier.
Is that 13 foot?
Yeah.
Wow.
And like a
It's
foot
in
of
your
vert.
head though. The ramp
It's
is
definitely
easier to
amazing.
ride, but it looks scary because it's bigger.
And it's a foot of vert too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not.
Yeah.
It's the perfect ramp.
Yeah.
You just need to do a lot of kick turns up towards the coping. If you can't get to the coping, don't drop in.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? If you're doing a couple fakies halfway, don't fucking drop in. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But if you can turn up on the vert, you'll make it easy.
And that ramp's not slippery at all, huh?
No, it's perfect. Yeah, if you fall, it's your fault. That ramp's perfect.
Yeah, we have to go down and watch them skate though.
I want to definitely
I know.
watch.
I just want to be on the ramp when they're blasting and shit. It's fucking
Yeah.
Fuck.
Definitely. I love being the videographer.
That's
Should
what we
have
do.
stuck.
You
with
say
that.
you said blast in and shit?
You guys are blasting over us and shit.
Oh,
like,
I thought
yeah.
you were gonna blast.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
I think you guys do the doubles and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's so cool. Every now and then Tony's like, "You want to do doubles?" I'm like, "Yeah." Where are we going?
Bro, it must be a dream because we talked on the first part about how that was like the guy you loved and you got to come over the first time, hang with him, and then you went back, then you come back. He's pretty much had you back from day one, and now you're with him. It's fucking awesome, man.
That's what's hard to. I feel like I'm not going to live very long because of how good my life is. Like there's that weird thing where I'm like, things are
Yeah.
getting so good that something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I don't believe it, but I have that it hovers over me sometimes because
Yeah.
I'm like, did you seriously just record a podcast and do doubles with Tony? Like, that's your fucking Thursday?
Fucking crazy.
You know, like,
man.
or he's like, hey man, I got you a key to the ramp, or I got you some Vans because I know I know you buy your shoes, so fuck that. Here's your shoes. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
That
It's a
is.
blessing, man. It's awesome, man.
He's just
It's
so
like an
nice
angel.
to me, man. Yeah, he's like my fucking angel.
Yeah, and I never met him, and I just.
I hope he doesn't.
I'm just saying, like,
He's like, dude,
I never met him, but obviously grown up loving him. But everything I hear about him is super positive.
I've only
He's-
heard the
Oh,
best
amazing.
things
His
about him.
50th birthday, a bunch of people got up on stage and said shit, and they all said the same thing. Kinda, you know?
Right.
Like there was a time there where nobody had my back, and you were there, and you did this or that, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And I was like, hey. That's what he did for me.
Yeah.
And then Rodney comes up and Costin comes up and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He did that for all of us. He's done that for a lot of us.
He seems super
That's
awesome, man.
incredible.
A humble cat, right?
Really? Yeah, really.
Whether you think you're positive or not, like the whole concept of PMA is what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, and that's everything you do. You embody that, whether you think it or not.
Oh, I do.
Like I'm just saying, that's the real shit. Like you see it and you make it happen.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
I got that from skateboarding. I feel like skateboarding, you ever visualize a trick over and over again when you're trying to do it?
Totally.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do with your career? Visualize it.
Right.
Yeah.
All day. How are you going to go about it? How would you do it when you got there? On the way there? What would you do? How would you operate it? Like, to the point, my radio show was like, Ellis doesn't prep. I'm like, motherfucker, I prep all day.
Yeah.
In my head all day. I'm thinking about what would be amusing to say on the radio. What would what's a story? Oh, shit, I just did that. That's weird. You could probably talk about that. Everything comes back to the show.
Yeah.
I don't have no fucking pad in front of me.
Right.
But I worry about my show like so much, and then I just do it without any
Yeah.
prep because I've built up this thing. It's a big deal. It's like the comedy thing. I built it up to such a big deal that it's so stressful because it's make or break, baby. Like you need to kill, and no one cares. I could kill or I could not kill. But to me, I've been given an opportunity, and it needs to be the best I can do. So it's all day. You know, ever since the DM from Whitney,
Dude.
my fucking comedy routine is just going through my head in the car. It's in my head all the time.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? How are you gonna do it? You could change that. You could say this and that. What's that? What's going on? Like my wife's like, "Are you listening to me?" That's what's happening, baby. I'm constantly thinking of other shit that I've got to do all day. So it's not really my fault.
No, I totally get it. I read about this even with Pele, like the best football player that ever existed.
Yeah.
He would do this before games. He would be almost sleeping, and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm replaying the game. What's
Right.
going to happen
It's
on the
hard.
field?"
What's
You
the
know?
thing in the NBA where they did the dudes practice free throws and then the other bunch of people visualized free throws for the same amount of time, and the guys that visualized were more consistent?
Wow.
I could be lying.
I think Jordan did that too.
Probably. I'm sure.
It's definitely
It works.
Even to
see it.
bring it back to Jay-Z, did the same shit too.
Yeah.
Same shit.
yeah, we're all doing it.
Even like not writing his
No,
own shit down.
definitely.
Like it's just like.
Oh,
you-
you're with rhyming. Yeah.
yeah, but you're like nonstop. You still go so hard, man.
Because I don't know how. I don't know if I'm gonna get an 80.
Yeah.
You know. So
How do you chill? Like, what makes you? How do you chill during the day? Like, what's your chill? Do you ever just watch TV and chill?
fuck yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll shut it off.
Okay.
Yeah, if I skate a lot or if I'm really sore, I'll shut it off. I'll get weed and I'll even do a dab and fucking stun myself.
What's the dab?
I got a dab. It's just it's
You know what
it's
that shit is?
concentrated
It's super
weed.
concentrated.
Okay.
and you put like a crystal of it. There's diamonds. I get diamonds, so they're
too
like
much
little
for me.
fucking crystal
much for you?
things. Yeah, they fuck you up.
Yeah, it's
But every now and then I'll do one of those and watch like 7 movies on Netflix. I was like, you need anything? Sandwich. Sitting there with an ice pack up my
Just
ass or
zombie
something.
out.
Yeah, because I'll totally. I do.
Fuck.
If I, like this week, the kids wear me out, or so I'm
Yeah.
just like, I got 2 days before I got to do a lot of stuff. So for the last 2 days, just sat around. I go in the
chilling.
ice plunge, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I remember when the Chronic was like the most insane strain back in the day. Remember?
the
People got
chronic.
used to it.
Yeah.
That's nothing now. That's way beyond
It's
that
just
with
weed.
weed.
Yeah.
But now it's way beyond that shit. It's like
Beyond that.
it's
Yeah.
all different dosages, all kinds of
All
Yeah.
types for all
But there's
types
also a lot of
people.
shit out there now too.
Yeah.
yeah.
People
I
put-
think if I tried any drug my entire life that people are gonna hate me on this. Like, oh,
it's not a drug, man. It's a
okay.
plant.
No, yeah, okay. It's natural. It's vegan. Yo, it's vegan.
I'm tired of
Okay,
this.
okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm old school. Okay, it's vegan too. It's just some fucking weed shit. So if I ever tried anything, I would never do it. But if I ever had to, chill, bro. I could probably use it in my life because I'm so hyper and crazy.
Yeah, it might make you more hyper.
Yeah.
This is
does
true.
it,
Maybe
does
cocaine
it
would-
to me
well,
sometimes.
cocaine
Don't do
would make you calm?
cocaine would kill you.
Okay.
Yeah,
it would
cocaine
kill me.
would be the worst.
50
thing
in
that you could
cocaine is
possibly
the
do.
dumbest shit I've ever heard
Dumb.
of. It's over.
What do you say? What do you say?
Being 50 and doing cocaine is
yeah.
for the
Oh,
dumbest
try
shits
this.
on the planet.
That's crazy,
yeah.
dude.
Unless you're suicidal, your wife's got all your money
People
or
do
something,
it.
I don't know, then do cocaine, yeah.
But people do it. I know.
But weed
Yeah.
could go two ways. You're absolutely right. I was always thinking that with Toby, it could be something like monumental where it's like, oh my God, he's so chill. Like, I can't
But then it
believe
wouldn't be me.
But then it wouldn't be you
Yeah.
at all. But it could go horribly wrong where you could be so, I think you
Over
would
the
be
top.
over
I
the
wouldn't
top.
do it, dude.
No,
I'll
I mean,
never
I know
do
you're
it.
not going to, but I
paranoid.
feel like
I've never tried nothing my whole life. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm 51.
I think it's great.
paranoia would set
I'm
in.
high on life,
It
bro.
would be the worst thing.
I
for
envy you.
Thank you, man.
I would do that.
Joy, man.
I just that one little piece, you know, all the thing because of all the drugs I've done in my life. No one gets out alive, dude. I don't do any other drugs and I don't drink, and that's good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know there was a day there I'll snort your fucking leg. And now, you know, I'm like, is there a lot of caffeine in that coffee? I'm like, that's me. I like that. I like think about what you're doing. Think about what you're doing. How many coffees have I had? You know, one's enough. Wait, what time is it? I don't need a coffee at this time.
Yeah.
I like me doing that. Like, think
Yeah.
about your shit.
Yes.
What are you doing tomorrow? Like, I knew I was training in the morning, so I was trying to take care of myself to blast in the morning and blow my lungs out and not vomit. So you got to watch what you eat before you go. I didn't have to actually eat.
But your diet's a big part of it. It's a huge part of exercise and health. 100%.
But I do also eat for pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I ate a whole thing of shortbread cookies last night. Fuck everybody.
Shortbread cookies are fire.
I had
gotta
one.
do
I was like,
these
God
things
damn, that's
sometimes.
good. And I was like, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat this whole fucking
Yeah,
tray.
fuck it.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful though. It's
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
than a line of crack. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you look at the what it could have been, I'm
It's
like,
true.
eat the cookies, Ellis. Eat all the cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all addicted to sugar, though, man.
I know.
100%.
Is
The whole
that, do you
fucking
fight
world
with
is.
that because of your vegan shit?
No,
Like,
because there's a lot of junk food.
I
vegan.
mean, dude,
Nah, it's
sorry.
true. There's a lot of
Hey,
vegan
I'm-
sweets.
You're a sugar
back it,
junkie.
dude.
You
I
are,
do
man.
love sugar.
You're
Yeah.
a sugar junkie.
Me too.
man.
Yeah, and
That's
it's in
my biggest-
It's in everything though.
That's my biggest
You
fight.
eat sugar too, motherfucker.
I eat it, but I'm not a junkie like
but then you
you,
can eat
man.
you can eat
I
vegan
am.
sweets with dates that's the sugar, which is whack. I like real sugar.
Wow.
You can't make sweets out of, like sugar out of dates. It's
Why
just,
not?
Vegan-
Dates are delicious.
Desserts are good.
Yeah,
Desserts are incredible.
yeah. Did you ever get some tofurkeys that time or not?
Who? What?
What?
You was asking about some gluten.
Oh yeah, no.
no. You don't fuck with vegan food at all.
What do you mean? I'm like 80% plant based.
Hell
Sick.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh
all right.
shit, that's awesome.
I was fully plant based for a while, and then I started eating some red meat because I felt a little too tired, and I only base it off what I feel like the next
Yeah.
day. So I went plant based for like 4 months, and then I was like, I'm gonna eat some meat to see if I get more energy, and I did, and I was like, okay, but I don't do it for pleasure.
Yeah.
I eat it because I got to.
I
don't
hear
really, unless somebody got me a really cool steak, then cool. But I don't really want to eat animals. It's more just
Right.
I'm trying to make my body work. And I
Yeah.
keep people like, dude, you can take all these supplements if you're plant based. I'm like, supplements, or just eat meat. And they're like, yeah. And then I got my levels checked, and I was low in
B12
iron or something.
Iron
Something
or
where
some
like
shit.
if you had some steak, it would probably
Iron.
raise it. And I just went, okay.
It's always, yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. There's definitely more options than this or
If
that.
I lived in Hollywood, I would be plant based 100%.
Yeah,
Just don't.
it's so easy.
On
over
Hermosa
here.
Beach,
Yeah.
there's 2 restaurants, and they're
HB.
not very good.
It's unbelievable.
Isn't Pure
It's
Vita
not
down there though?
No,
Redondo.
Oh, is that far from there? I'm stuck with all that shit.
not at
Redondo's
all,
far.
man. It's pure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I like
I don't
it.
even
Is
know
Kate vegan or
HB
no?
too much.
Nah,
Okay.
she's transforming into me. Like she
Oh,
does.
okay.
She's gluten allergies, dairy, and sugar. So
Wow.
she doesn't
Okay.
eat bread. No candy, none of that stuff. No chocolate, no
no
dairy. Yeah, so she will eat bacon and steaks and a lot of vegetables.
Right.
So
I wish I could eat sugar, man. I'd be so sick.
Just
Fuck,
raw
man, it's just
sugar.
so evil. I know. I want to eat
it's
food
really
right
bad
now.
for you too. I heard.
I know. Or
I know.
sugar?
Yeah.
It's so. I mean,
Too
yeah.
much, yeah.
I'm just like, man, I got to pick
processed sugar
Yeah.
is very bad for you.
Yeah.
Or like in fruit or something. It's
It's
fine.
fine.
That's real good.
Yeah.
It's like the best one I heard.
It's absolutely the
Because
best.
it's like a vine vegetable that doesn't have, because the seeds have poisons in them that do something to your digestive system.
Wow.
So yeah, there's anything that doesn't have seeds. Those fruits and vegetables are even better for your body.
Huh.
And your frozen blueberries are even better.
That's
for,
right.
Have it every night.
Yeah,
It's
having
my
them
shit,
frozen
bro.
Smoothies are
actually
awesome.
brings it out.
It does?
Yes.
Why?
Specifically, I guess it brings more antioxidants
When they're
it's
frozen.
Yeah,
That's good. It's good. Is there some good shit in there for me, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick with it.
Late
man.
night
Go
snacks
with-
what fucks me up.
Yeah,
That's
me
fine,
too.
but
Evil.
if you eat stuff like this, people are like, "Oh, there's sugar in the fruit that you're eating." I'm like, just relax.
Do you work out a
know?
lot?
We hike a lot. We have weights in the garage. We have a whole gym in there. We have to get back to it. Yeah, I try to do a lot of I do a lot of cardio.
Because I find that you can get away with eating
you're
snacks
working
at
out.
night if you work out.
Exactly.
Because I'll burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that's
I
true.
ate those cookies last night. I
Smart,
burned
smart.
all those cookies this morning.
This morning.
Easy.
And you work out at home?
No, I went to my coach's gym
Okay.
in Santa Monica. It depends. I train at home without a coach
Yeah.
and just work out, keep sweating, work on technique and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a heavy bag and a whole MMA room, so I have
Damn.
like all this stuff. And then I got kettlebells and ropes and stuff upstairs, so I use all those. I got a Bosey ball, so I do a lot of balance work just to try and
Sick. Yeah, you're in great
keep
shape,
balance
man.
on one foot. Because
Yeah.
I find the more you can balance on one foot, the more balance you are on two.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to be better at skateboarding